Hey folks, Jayborino here, welcome back, playing some StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. We're on the second core hall mission, Brothers in Arms.
Mobius Corps is making their way to Bennett Port with the artifact. We gotta stop them before they get away with it.
Not Bennett Port! Alright, we get Immortals this time, great anti-armor, and then destroy 80 or more enemies affected by the disruption, and do not let your allies lose more than 5 base structures. We'll try to keep that at 0. Let's go pick our units real quick. One thing I want to do for sure is go ahead and swap over to Energizers this time. These synergize really well with the tons of Immortals we'll be making this mission. And then for Cloaked Warriors, let's swap back to Avengers, because the hybrid cannot detect, and when I inevitably A-click these units into Terran defenses that have detection, they at least will be able to come back to life. I don't think this really matters. We'll stick with Stalkers, and our Zealot choice also really doesn't matter here. Let's wow the Terrans with some spinning Zealots. Solar Core. We now have access to the 3rd tier. I think that Warp Harmonization will work quite well here so that we can warp Immortals around the map, and then we'll dump our extra points into starting supply. I think it's more valuable than construction time unless it's a holdout mission, of which there are only 1 or 2 in the whole campaign.
Welcome back, Lieutenant.
So let's go ahead and get started. The Mastery Achievement is to destroy 55 structures in 1 disruption, which basically means sweep the whole map in 1 go, which I will probably just not do, even though it's relatively easy, because I do like the incremental progress on this map and allowing our allies to set up their little outposts along the way.
Welcome to Bennett Port, at least what's left of it. Mobius Corps has entrenched themselves here to keep us from the artifact. Valerian's setting up his base now. Once he gets...
Raynor, what is happening?
The hybrid are channeling void energy into the keystone. The resulting psionic disruption has overwhelmed the Terrans.
Deploy our Immortals. We need heavy assault to protect these Terrans until the disruption subsides.
Man, that's 2 I owe you, Artanis. Felt like I was losing my damn mind.
The keystone is recharging, Commander. They will surely activate it again soon. We must reclaim it.
You ain't kidding. Let's lock and load, partner.
Coming to Core Hall last means that this mission should be a bit of a victory lap, and pretty easy. So let's just not muck it up and do our best. Where's our exposition? Where is it?
We can construct Immortals from the robotics facility. They are quite effective at sieging enemies or defending our allies.
Okay, and let's go grab our first bonus as well.
All right. My boys are taking this fight to Mobius Corps. And once you got your defenses in place, bring the heat.
Hierarch, several of our Dominion research facilities are reporting that they are under attack. If you can rescue them, I'll return any Protoss technology they've collected to you.
We have liberated a Dominion facility.
Can't believe we made it out alive. Some of our medics will stay behind in case you need them.
I don't know why.
This disruption has hit my forces hard. We've taken heavy casualties, and we're going to need more time to establish our fortifications. Do what you can to keep them at bay.
Already on it. Your position will be secure till they fire up that keystone again.
That one scientist voice line just sounded really different than all the other voice acting. Like the audio quality of it seemed off. Was that just me? I don't know. Okay, so the first hybrid will come and attack up the top. For the most part, we're just going to be kind of sitting here and waiting until we get a pretty large army. You could basically wait till you max out at 200 if you want to get the mastery again. It's not particularly challenging, but I don't like it in the spirit of the mission, so I'm not going to do it. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my Cyber Core so that we can grab some Energizers. And until then, I'm just going to go ahead and grab a bunch of extra Immortals. And then when Chronos surges up, I'm going to get this base saturated. So I'm going to grab one more Pylon. And then we're going to save all of our money until we can Chronos Surge and get out, again, a bunch of probes here right before the first disruption so we can get this saturated and get our other base up and running as well. So this is going to be a little wasteful.
Another disruption will occur soon. Remember, we can use this time to protect our allies from the hybrid, or attack Mobius Corps.
all this time where this is Chrono Surge, but in any case, getting this fully saturated, I think, is totally worth it. I'm gonna grab one Energizer to come up here and sit with this. And then we can phase this and use it in conjunction with Warp Harmonization, which is very, very nice. Which is exactly what I'm going to do. So let's just go ahead and... we can phase it, and it can still cast Chrono Beam as well. So let's go ahead and do this, and then we can... we should be able to use Orbital Strike as well on the second wave of Hybrid that are going to come in here. Just, like, cycle out these Immortals so that they don't get focused down and killed. Okay, very nice. Here comes the second wave. Actually, no, this is just the normal one. You back up, friend. Keep making probes for later. And then when the second wave of Hybrid come in, I'm going to go ahead and make... I'm going to use Orbital Strike, so we can back up a little bit. Okay, this is pretty acceptable. I don't want Rainier to expand here just yet. Okay, so let's just Orbital Strike here. Try to save these each individually. Rainier will actually heal our stuff too.
Forge ahead to the Keystone's location.
Okay, and then I'm going to come down here and clear out a little area around Valerian's base, and we're going to push down towards Valerian's area next. And let's go ahead and take this base.
Commander, our forces are ready. The Dominion is engaging Mobius Core.
Okay, and I really just need more warp gates at this point, and I'll go ahead and grab a Dark Shrine soon as well. So I'm actually, you know what, I think I'm going to sit in my base, and we're going to push back the first enemy attack before anything else. We can go for some of the bonus objectives as well, but I'm not really in a super rush to do that. We can do that closer to the end of the map, or in the next disruption. So let's go ahead and just focus on getting this stuff saturated.
Mobius Core has turned their sights upon our Nexus. Prepare for battle.
All will worship or be forever silent.
Whoop! Didn't move that guy in time. That's okay. Now that Raven's going to retreat, and as soon as this disruption's up, we are just going to start smashing through more of Mobius's stuff. So we do want to get this base set up sooner rather than later, but my other base is fully saturated, and we can just focus on getting probes. And as of right now, I guess what I could do is come up here and get that secondary objective, but not super necessary right now. I'm just going to use this time to just get fully set up so that we can warp in more and more stuff. And being able to warp in these Immortals anywhere, anytime with our Energizers is really, really nice. Okay, and then soon enough we should be able to Chrono Surge this, and let's make sure we don't get supply blocked when we do decide to do that. Okay, these guys are automatic. It's nice that they automatically open up because I spent 50 Solarite on this one flippin' upgrade thing. Okay, and they're probably going to start getting some Avengers because, again, they do massive damage to the Hybrid and they cannot be seen by the Hybrid. 57 seconds, around like 10 seconds, we're going to start pushing heavily across the bottom of the map. And I want to get some Stalkers to help me push through down to this bottom research facility. So let's get these saturated, so that way we're good on gas. Okay, I'm going to cancel these.
The Keystone is about to emit another disruption nova. The Terrans will be incapacitated while the disruption is active.
Again, getting this saturated as fast as possible. We're going to get supply blocked. I tried to head it off. Not enough. Okay, 4 seconds, so now we're going to start auto-attacking down here, and we're going to make as much progress as we can. They taunt us by just yelling, "Die!" Alright. Okay. So yeah, these can still detect us, so it's worth killing the missile turrets. Okay, here comes the first group, so let's back up for a brief moment. We can phase this guy. Give me a bunch of Stalkers. We got some spinny Zealots here to absorb some heat. Okay, and then I'm just going to attack as much as possible through the next section. Just to clear out as much as possible, and then we can always backtrack and get the next get that other bonus objective. Okay, let's go ahead and grab... let's use Orbital Strike right here, just to soften up these melee immortals. Okay, Energizers, please don't die, and then just keep phasing and warping in immortals.
Survive the hybrid's assault. Continue onward, warriors.
Okay, and I'm just going to do as much damage as I can right now. Kill these air units. I mean, I can clear pretty much all this out. I don't want Valerian to set up his other base up here yet, though, because it'll get destroyed very quickly.
Damn, that's one hell of a headache. Thanks for the help, Artanis.
Dominion SCVs, establish a fortification line here.
You must construct additional pylons.
Okay, and we are going to get attacked again at our other base. I'm going to grab a forge. We can Chrono Surge that. I'm just going to sit here and protect Valerian while he gets set up. Then we're going to go for the bonus objective. And then the next disruption, I'm pretty much going to make a beeline straight for the inner base to kill as much of their production as possible. Then we can do the same at the top. Still waiting for the pylons. There we go. Okay, and just setting up extra stuff here. We're pretty low on gas right now. All right, these guys getting warped back. Okay, here we go. So let's go for the bonus down here. And I'm going to need more stalkers because I believe there's battle cruisers down here. I can also orbital strike if I decide. Indeed, there we go. Let's just target this down, and then there's a bunker. Please stop Yamatoing me, you jerk. I love how fast these stalkers move. Just because we got a lot of stuff doesn't mean shouldn't micro here and get our stalkers out.
Thank heavens. Almost everyone died. Just a few medevacs left. I'll send them to support the Emperor's forces.
Okay, and then stalkers. We got a nice force here. Let's go ahead and chrono out our upgrades. And then queue up armor. There we go. You can get 2+1 upgrades queued up to fully maximize chrono, I believe. And then with our extra gas, we just want to get as many immortals as possible. So don't stop making those. 44 seconds. Again, I'm mostly just preparing myself for when it's time to move into the next area.
Another disruption will occur soon. Remember, we can use this time to protect our allies from the hybrid, or attack Mobius Core.
Okay, I'm going to go to attack right now before this disruption hits. Stalkers and Zealots. Okay, Stalkers, you are in the way. Immortals move up the ramp. Keep blinking in. I'm going to grab a few more Energizers, so a lot of the ones we had are dead. And again, they do spawn down here in this particular wave, so this is my opportunity to get in and do as much damage as possible. Got some Avengers that are constantly getting warped out. I'm just going to blast this group. That worked pretty well. Got a little Easter egg down here as well, so let's clear these out and then continue destroying as many enemies as possible up here, just to get rid of their production.
The hybrid's assault stopped. We can move forward once more.
Oh man, my car! Why does this keep happening?
It's a little Easter egg from Heart of the Swarm on the Ultralisk Evolution mission. And let's just keep destroying as much as we can. We can get rid of more of this production. 20-some seconds, so we might as well. Okay, and now I'm going to back out. 6 seconds. We could probably get out of phasing mode now.
Dark there for a while. Good thing you've got our backs.
Just kidding.
Marines, push the battle line forward.
Rest in peace, Warping Stalkers. I'm going to sit here because, again, they do spawn a big group of units here, so I want to clear this out before we move out and start helping out Jim up top. And we probably don't need to worry about... probably don't need to worry much about this base down here anymore, now that we killed that one spawned section. So now we can unsiege this, or unphase that. Then we're going to come all the way back to our base. We must have repelled... There must have been... I totally missed it. If there was an attack here, we had some units that were waiting for it. So we're going to come all the way up here and help Jim. Valerian will continue to push, which is great. He's still setting his defenses up here. Okay, please... Yeah, leave him alone. Leave my zealots alone! Alright, we're going to auto-attack up here and allow Jim to get set up. The spinning zealot's surprisingly good in this circumstance as well, so let's phase and get some more Energizer Sentries, Immortals. Okay, there's Jim.
We've broken their defenses. Let's get some bunkers out there.
Poor zealot. Aha! We got him! Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and attack. This is fine. And we probably get a round of Avengers, and I do like how a bunch of our Avengers have been saved and gotten warped back to our base. We are maxed out now. Again, getting the mastery would have just meant don't push forward throughout the map, just wait, essentially. And do it all at the end. We severely crippled them by destroying so much of their production down south, so we're going to finish this relatively quick. Okay, I'm going to back up here momentarily.
Another disruption will occur soon. Remember, we can use this time to protect our allies from the hybrid, or attack Mobius Core.
Okay. Gotta remember, note to self, don't unphase when we're warping units in.
Thank you for your help. Our last science vessels are on their way to the front line.
Emperor Valerian, we have secured all of the threatened facilities.
I promise you, I won't forget this kindness, Hierarch.
All shall submit.
Okay, blink them out individually. Normally the hybrid Reavers, I think, detect. Or they have in previous... I think it was like Heart of the Swarm, maybe, where those detected. They might have not been called hybrid Destroyers, Reavers, I don't know. Some of them detect, some of them don't. It was in the prologue, actually, I think, where there was a hybrid Reaver at the end that detected. Alright, leap in there. Start getting some more Windy Zealots. It's these groups of hybrid Dominators that can do a lot of damage with Storm, but we blink around with the Stalkers so that they get their shields back.
Our enemies have ceased their assault. We must press on until we reach the keystone.
Alrighty, so that's every enemy building in the outskirts here. There's like one random... That's weird, but oh well. I guess that science vessel gets to survive today.
We are one with the shadows.
And I could wait for the disruption to end just to allow Valerian and Jim to get up here and help me. Valerian's still got some units here.
Doesn't get any easier. Time to take them out. Nice work. That area's secure. I'll set up some defenses.
Okay. Valerian's coming in. Jim will be able to get up to the front line here pretty soon. Why don't we just let them finish it? I don't know. And then, for some reason, yeah, there's like a counterattack here where they send stuff in. So I guess I'll end this before this big group actually goes and attacks him. Here, let's help out a little bit.
Well, that did it. We pushed Mobius Core back. Damn. Look at this place. Even the Zerg didn't tear into the city like this.
Random dead Ultralisk on the right side of the screen.
Did you know this warrior?
No. But I know his story. I know all their stories. None of them ever think it'll end like this. Reports been coming in from all over. Dominion worlds overrun. Outposts destroyed. A lot more dead boys out there. Warriors.
Death is the fate of all warriors. A fate we too may soon embrace.
Fate ain't written, Artanis. The way I see it, if Zeratul believed you could make a difference in all this, then this fight's just begun.
It is your custom to shake the hand of a friend, is it not?
Give him hell, Artanis.
Friendship. Okay, how do we do? No allied structures lost, 4 disruptions sustained, not bad. And we destroyed 179 stunned enemies, we only needed 80. There's nothing here to indicate how many structures we destroyed in one disruption wave. So we could pretend it was 55, but I'm actually pretty sure you have to pretty much wipe the entire map. So you split your forces, 100 supply, and you sweep across both top and bottom of the map into the end, and that's how you get the mastery. But again, not too concerned about that. We are going to be traveling to another planet, and we have more cutscenes, so we're going to have probably another half of the video of just chatting with folks, watching cinematics, etc., etc. So we'll head back to the Spear. We'll talk to everyone now. We'll go to our next planet.
Rohana. Preserver. Rohana.
Artanis.
Amon.
I see your doubt, your fear. You were so alone, mewling in the darkness. Let me release you, all of you, from the suffering of this life. The infinite cycle of strife and anguish is at an end.
Your words are little more than poison, Amon. Your actions bring nothing but death.
They bring purpose, an end to a cycle none within had chosen. Your resistance will only bring unneeded suffering.
It has passed, Hierarch. Pain is gone.
Do you see now why you must separate from the Kala? Its light has faded.
I will keep him at bay. I will endure. I have felt his rage, seen his truth.
If you will not sever your connection to the Kala, then you will be contained, kept in stasis.
I will preserve the Kala however I must. If I must endure imprisonment, so be it.
All right.
Raynor is a valiant Terran. Small, but valiant.
See, because we went to Glacius before Core Hall, we get some comments from Phoenix on Raynor.
We shall return the Protoss to glory.
Despite their limited understanding of the Keystone, it is fascinating that the Terrans managed to wield it as a weapon. I am hesitant to conclude that this was its primary function, or even an intended one. Look here, Hierarch. This material self-regenerates. It is no wonder the research of the Terrans claimed it to be from a recent epoch. My projections place it at several billion years old, if not more.
Zeratul vision said that this keystone can guide us unto hope. What do you think it means?
Yes, guide us. It is a code wanting to be cracked. The Keystone seems to be able to manipulate energies, but that may not be its sole purpose. I believe it stores its origin point within.
Its origin point?
Yes, I promise you. I will find out how this will lead us to the Xel'Naga.
Redouble your efforts, Karax. There is little time.
The only issue with going to Core Hall last is now he's like, oh, I'll figure it out, and then as soon as we go back to the bridge, he will have figured it out. Which is a little goofy.
I abandoned everything I knew to study and serve the Kala. I will not forsake my vows, even now.
I guess as long as you're okay occasionally turning into a big red monster.
I could see the truth of Amon while he spoke through me. He claims his cause is noble, but only darkness and rage fester within. I could see the truth of Amon while he spoke.
So we've unlocked...
Robotic assault units can now be added to our army, Hierarch.
Indeed, robotic assaults. So we've got Immortals. Their barrier is better now. Extra 100%. So that's our survivability option. And then the Annihilator, who have this cool shadow cannon. They're a little more fragile. I would consider these the utility option. And then eventually we'll unlock the outright damage option later. But this shadow cannon's pretty cool. We'll just decide when to check out both of these at some point. We've already used the normal ones to an extent.
Amon's reach extends further than I ever imagined.
This war has only begun. It is one that will test our every limit.
Zeratul believed that the Xel'Naga lived, and that they would aid us.
I have heard his prophecies as well. It is said that the Xel'Naga come from a world that exists where none should. From there, all life in our universe takes its root. Our forebears searched for it, but nothing beyond legend was ever found.
And you? Do you believe as Zeratul did?
Zeratul killed my mother, Artanis. I will always hate him for this. I will always hold him in the highest contempt.
Raja Gal was corrupted by the Queen of Blades, Matriarch.
Yes, I know that now. Reason has no bearing on emotion. Our kind embraces this more than yours.
Zeratul grieved for her as well. His sense of guilt drove him to uncover the ancient prophecies, to find hope for our people.
You will forgive me if I do not place my faith in the words of an exile.
The Terrans have been devastated by this attack, but with time, they may rebuild. Raynor and I share the bond of a common loss. Zeratul. Raynor and I...
Hey there, your royalness? Man, this is weird. I've never talked to no Protoss before. Hey.
If I have learned one thing from your commander Raynor, it is that we are not so different, Rory Swan. Continue your report.
Right. So, the artifact, the Keystone thingy's all yours. We're in the middle of transmitting all our data to your engineer.
You have my thanks. Please relay my appreciation to Commander Raynor.
Hey, you got it, Skippy.
Skippy?
Hilarious.
Hierarch. I see the master construction of the Xel'Naga now. Their understanding that energy, essence, and information are all one. Each interchangeable, each mutable.
Then you uncovered the information Zeratul foresaw within this keystone.
I have. From what I understand, it will lead us to Ulnar.
Ulnar. It is a place of myth. A realm whispered of in our legends.
The homeworld of the Xel'Naga. I believe the keystone can project its location.
Show me, Karax.
It cannot be. I must be in error.
The Altarian Rift.
That is impossible. Nothing can survive within such unrelenting forces. It appears I have failed you, Hierarch.
I do not believe so, Karax. It is said that the Xel'Naga came from a place where no life should be. This aligns with Zeratul's prophecies. We will go in. Make preparations at once. Zeratul, many thought you mad. And yet, once more, you have seen truer than us all. The keystone leads us into the Altarian Rift, to the Xel'Naga home of Ulnar. It is my destiny to carry your mantle, old friend. I will wake the Xel'Naga and honor your legacy.
Okay, onwards to Act 2.
This defies reason. We should be shredded into our base particles. Yet here we stand, between universes.
Zeratul was right. It is Ulnar. Think of it, Matriarch. The cradle of all life, hidden all these years.
Yes, but why? A miracle has brought us here.
What secrets lie here, waiting to be revealed?
My mother told me many stories of the Xel'Naga.
Zeratul believed. And so will I.
The keystone revealed this place to us. Perhaps Zeratul knew something of value after all.
Is this our destiny?
The keystone revealed...
What secrets lie here?
Nice.
It is hard to believe we stand above Ulnar, the home of the Ihan-Ri, the Xel'Naga. The Judicators theorized the Xel'Naga left Aiur to return to a place such as this. It is said they slumbered through the ages.
Zeratul believed the artifact would lead us unto hope. The Xel'Naga may be the hope he spoke of.
If the legends are true, then the Xel'Naga are below, awaiting their children to awaken them.
Then let us hope so.
How Zeratul foresaw the keystone would lead us here is uncanny. It is now clear that it was this device's primary purpose.
Zeratul was in touch with an expression of reality beyond my understanding.
This place should not exist. It defies all decrees of science, shatters all understanding of astral mechanics.
I once thought we Protoss had reached the pinnacle of attainable knowledge. I was a fool. There is far more in the galaxy than exists within Protoss understanding, friend Karax. I know this now.
I pondered the events that brought me here. There is much I should remember, but do not. My body is machine. like the purifiers.
But you are not like them.
I must know the truth of what I am.
What you will uncover may not be desirable.
It is time I face that.
The ship's data center has uploaded the recent annals and has much of the history you have lost. I hope you find the answers you seek, friend Phoenix.
And don't go into a crippling depression or a murderous rage.
The Keystone is reacting to an energy source within Ulnar. It's as if the Xel'Naga are calling it home. The construction of Ulnar and the Keystone share remarkable similarities. This is speculation, of course, but they appear to complement each other. If the Keystone was constructed to store its origin point within, it would need to be expressed in a unifying language any culture could interpret. Phoenix, the core is emitting an unusual number of flares. Can you recalibrate the gravity well's vector field?
No.
Right, of course. I'll handle it.
Some idle chatter because we've been sitting here talking to the Keystone.
To think, this device's makers, our makers, are so close to us. It is a truly humbling thought.
Okay, we're not talking to the Keystone. We're talking to Carrick. You know what I mean?
If the Keystone was constructed to
Okay,
store its
so
origin
that
point...
should be it. We've been through everything.
Hierarch, it appears we cannot receive transmissions while we are within the rift. We have been cut off.
We just gotta explore this giant pyramid-like structure. Okay, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.